about live and let live.
Like, would you be okay if the government said everyone in Texas can be murdered?
Myself and the baby's probably gonna die.
Abortion is just a procedure to kill the baby and remove it from the womb. That's it. How's it going?
I was trying to see what it says. Like, okay, that's what it's saying.
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, makes sense, yeah.
Makes sense?
I mean, no one's really a sex object.
Right. And babies are not body parts.
No.
So you agree with that part? Yeah?
Yeah.
Against abortion, generally speaking?
I mean, the general practice, but at the same time, for me, it's more of a case-by-case basis.
What's the case-by-case? What's the cases that
Like
you would be for?
Gonna die.
If the mother's going to die?
Yeah.
So, do you think that there is another option besides tearing the baby out?
I mean, there probably
that
is.
could. Yeah. So the thing is that there's a difference between care that would save someone and care that is intentionally trying to kill someone, right?
Right.
So, and I wouldn't even call it care, right? It's just killing somebody. So that's what abortion is fundamentally, is just it's taking the baby out and removing its life source, and whether they do that limb by limb or whether they take it all out in one chunk, you know?
Yeah.
It's terrible, right? So what I would say is, in the case of the life of the mother, the doctor should work to save both lives.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I'm sure they do, but sometimes it's not always the case.
Well, like I said, abortion is just the active killing of that baby. So, like, for instance, if you were a woman and you got like chemo or something like that, right, while your baby was inside of you and the baby died as a result of that chemo, what was the purpose of the chemo?
I mean, it pretty much kill my cancer cells, but it kills the baby in the process. But at the same time, at that point, I wouldn't bother with chemo. I mean, personally, I wouldn't bother with chemo if I knew I was pregnant.
Yeah, well, right.
But also raises another thing where if I have
that's
cancer
good, man.
in my cells, then that probably would carry on to the baby. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
either way, myself and the baby's probably gonna die. So.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, it's a really tough scenario. But what I would say is that the goal matters.
Yeah.
Because abortion is just a procedure to kill the baby and remove it from the womb. That's it.
Right.
And so if you're telling me that you're for, you know, mothers and doctors making hard decisions about saving lives and trying to save life, and if the baby dies as a result of that, or let's say the mom dies as a result of that and the baby lives, at least the effort was made to save a life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I have no issue with that.
Cool, man. What's your name?
Dennis,
Elijah. Nice to meet you, man. Cool. Well, are you a Christian, or where does the kind of the view come from?
I guess for me, I probably would say it's mainly how I would define it as, like, just basic sense.
Okay.
I mean, I'm more pro-choice for, like, other women in general, but for myself, I mean, unless the woman I'm involved with is pregnant, then I'm obviously not pro-choice. I'm an anti, since there's a part of me into that woman. So
why would you be pro-choice for everyone else if you believe that it's a baby?
Because I have no personal stake in it. There's no actual part of me or my DNA inside that person.
So would you then be okay for someone else to get, like, would you be okay if the government said everyone in Texas can be murdered?
No, because I like Texas. Texas makes sense.
But that has
California is different.
But that is.
I'd be cool with California.
That's terrible. But that is no personal stake for you, right?
No, not really. Well,
yeah.
No, I have family in Texas, so I love
okay,
it.
So you get the point, though. If it's an area where there's no connection to you, you have no personal stake in it, then morality still exists. There's absolute right and absolute wrong, right?
Yeah.
And that absolute right and absolute wrong, if you don't know where that comes from, if you don't have a worldview that can make sense of that, and the only worldview that I see that can make sense of that is the biblical one.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I grew up with it.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I'm all about live and let live, and just I don't bother you, you don't bother me type deal.
Right. But when it comes to, so the golden rule, you know what the golden rule is?
Yeah.
Love your neighbor as yourself, right? Do unto others as you would have them do it to you, right?
Yep.
So if God basically says that the standard by which you judge others is how you will be judged. So if you're okay with other people dying, then you see what I'm saying? You have to be for morality, or else at some point it's going to come back around to you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know I'm gonna die sometime. I don't know when. I've already accepted it.
Sure. Everybody dies, right?
Yeah.
Except for me, because I haven't died yet.
I had about 7, 8 close calls. So.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man.
No,
That stinks.
fine. I mean, it pretty much like makes you feel alive. So.
Sure. That's got to be crazy.
It just depends.
I guess.
But at the same time, like I was in the military for a bit, so from my whole worldview, it's different.
Okay. How long were you in the military?
Not too long. Just typical less than a few years. So.
Okay. So what I would challenge you with, man, is it's live and let live, but you still see that there's a standard of morality, that people shouldn't kill, right? That people shouldn't rape.
Yeah.
Right? So, just curious, what were you raised in, like, Christian-wise?
I grew up Pentecostal.
Pentecostal, okay. So, like, I would really encourage you to, check, to really go through the Bible. Pentecostals, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes, sometimes you just get the ones who are crazy way out there, and all you get is, speaking in tongues and, but I would encourage you to study the Bible for yourself. Look at, read through Luke, read through the Gospels, and consider the fact that you believe in absolute morality, and absolute morality means that there is right and wrong. There is a God.
Yeah.
And if you're not right with him when you die, you're going to stand before him.
I have what I have come to me, for sure, yeah.
Right. So it's a huge deal, man. I mean, it's your eternity.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see the sign, because
for sure, man.
I was like, I don't know what that means. I just see sex. I was like, I don't know what that means.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you talking.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, California's beautiful if you take away the politics. Go to nightclubs there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I went through it. It was like, it'd be great if they would just stop spending money in the wrong places.
I'm going to throw out there, maybe you shouldn't go to nightclubs.